If a recruiter tells you that they love you and they're moving you on to the hiring manager, please know that doesn't mean you're getting an interview. I've had so many clients recently tell me that they've been told that, and then they get mad at the recruiter saying the recruiter lied to me. But the recruiter didn't lie to you. The recruiter was truthful. They liked you and they moved you forward, but they sent along 7 other candidates along with yours. And out of that, the hiring manager probably only chose 3 or 4 to interview, and you weren't one of them. So, what do you do in this situation? Well, there are a couple of things that you can do with the recruiter to increase the chances that you end up being picked by the hiring manager. The first thing I suggest all my clients do in advance of the meeting with the recruiter is put together what I call a job description match table. This is a 2 column table where you take all of the things in the job description, all the requirements, all the qualifications, and you put them in column one. And then you look at your resume and you summarize the experience you have that directly matches each one of those qualifications. That way you have a perfect little table, 2 columns that matches up. Now, as a little bonus, if you know that you exceed the expectations of a particular skill set, I would even highlight that in green. And then I would PDF that, make it look nice. And in advance of the meeting with the recruiter on the day, say, hey, confirming our meeting. By the way, I put together this job description table that matches my experience. I thought it might help in addition to my resume. Why do you do this? Because that's the exact job that the recruiter is trying to do on this phone screen with you. They're just there to validate and authenticate that you are who you say you are and that you meet the job requirements. They can't tell you anything about the job. They can't answer any technical questions. They are just there to make sure you're a match. So you're making their job infinitely easier when you put one of these tables together. Now, the second thing I would do in this is to ask a couple of strategic questions of the recruiter. One question I would definitely ask is, what are you looking for in a candidate to forward to the hiring manager? What's most important to you? That way, the recruiter knows that you understand that it's their job to evaluate you on that, and you can get on the same page in terms of what it's like. The second question I'd ask is, out of all the qualifications on this job description, in your opinion, which 2 or 3 do you think are most important to the hiring manager? Usually the recruiter knows this because even though there's a litany of things they're asking for, the hiring managers probably emphasize these 2 or 3 things are most important. So it's completely okay to ask that and get that feedback. Why do you do that? Because the third thing that I'm going to have you do is ask if you can put together a connection story that could be sent to the hiring manager. You'd say something like this: I really enjoyed this conversation with you, and I'm excited that you want to move me forward with the hiring manager. If it's okay with you, based on our conversation, I'd love to put together just a quick connection story that could be sent off to the hiring manager that will really help understand why, beyond my resume, beyond my qualifications, why I'm super passionate about this job. The connection story is the secret sauce, folks. It's where all of your features become benefits. And if you know anything about marketing, people hire based on benefits, right? We buy based on benefits, and a hiring manager is buying your services. So putting together a connection story, asking for permission, and then working into that connection story the things that the recruiter told you in the phone screen, oh, that's what now goes across the desk of the hiring manager. They read this story, they fall in love with you, and then when they look at your resume, they're like, oh, this person's a match, set them up for an interview. Now, if you've made it this far and you're saying, this seems like too much work, that's okay. I understand. But I'm telling you, this is what's getting my clients jobs right now. And in what is the most competitive job market that I've seen in over 20 years, you need to be doing things differently in order to stand out. And I'd also just say this: the job you're going after is worth thousands and thousands of dollars for you. So if you really want this job and you're really excited, put a little more skin in the game for this particular job application and do these techniques with the recruiter to increase the chances that you'll actually get that job interview with the hiring manager. If you found this helpful, will you help me back? Because it's free. Follow me here and post your questions. I'm trying to help you all every single day on this app. And don't forget, I listen to you. And over here, if you click on my bio, is a link to a whole bunch of free job search resources I created just for you to help make your job search easier. Things like my Resume LinkedIn Bootcamp, my job search checklist, my Breakthrough Your Job Search Burnout, my Professional Strengths Workbook. These are all key elements to job search today that will help you get hired faster, okay? So check those out. I hope they help as well. Good luck. Go get them.